There we go. Hello and welcome to the third episode.
I'd say set it up first.
This is going to sound great. Yeah, it's going to be fine today. Okay. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of One Podcast Please, the one in which I actually know the name at the time of recording. So we're stepping up slowly.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. We're also attempting to use a potentially better recording setup.
Yeah, hopefully anyone who does listen to this
isn't crying as we scratch your eardrums out.
yeah, might actually be able to, might let us know. Yeah, well done guys, you stepped it up.
Now just step it up about 20 more levels and you'll be acceptable as a standard podcast.
We got a play on our first episode, we didn't have that before. We've got, well actually that's probably the only like.
Yeah, today's going to be a bit more of a mixed bag of stuff, since we haven't, well, most likely I haven't read a big significant comic book to talk about in the last 2-3 weeks.
I haven't read anything new, if I'm honest.
So we're going to start on the whole Constantine.
We are wading into that.
Ending, yeah, we'll just wade right on in. Good job.
We're fine. Just had to move my headphone.
For those of you that don't know, just late autumn last year.
Yeah, must have been about that.
We finally started getting the series version of the Constantine pilot that had been shown a bit before that. Matt Ryan, of course, as Constantine. And that's sort of, ironically enough, for the source material now left in Purgatory.
Yeah, as far as we know. So, the series, American series basically work off the fact that a full series is 22, but your initial episode order won't necessarily be 22 episodes. Series that do get 22 episodes straight off the bat, networks are obviously feeling super confident about.
Like Gotham and The Flash.
Yeah. So they either get 22 straight off the bat, or they will very quickly after the first few episodes go, yeah, we're going to give you the full extension. So they know to film the second half of the series.
Or anything Whedon works on, actually.
Yeah. Whedon does give. He tends to be given quite a lot of leeway, even if he doesn't. I mean, I suppose Firefly's the exception.
Yes.
Firefly only got 14.
Have you seen they made that into a Cards Against Humanity card?
Really?
Yeah, one of the white cards is now the unaired second season of Firefly.
I did see Nathan Fillion posted this response recently. A guy tweeted at him, like, my mate says he hates you, and everything he does is going to stop showing him Firefly now. And Nathan Fillion replied, to punish him more, tell him there's a second season.
Nice.
So cruel. But anyway, yes, so Constantine was only ordered the 13 episodes.
Yeah, they only went with their standard run 13.
So that's your sort of first half, and it started airing a couple of weeks, actually, I believe, after the other DC shows all kicked off.
2 weeks after Gotham started.
So it was a bit thrown off from the beginning, but it aired, I believe, as it was intended to. So you didn't have the Firefly-like issue of stuff being
they did it in the correct order.
Thrown all out of order. But it was, because of the timings.
Yep.
They didn't have the viewer ratings to decide whether to go to full series or not.
No, I think they
when everyone else did.
Weak, actually. They only got like 2.4 million views on the first.
It never got the most views. It's been it's very well liked, but it's not the most viewed.
It's not even that well liked.
Oh.
I actually did a bit of digging on that as well. Like, the Metacritic's 53%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Rotten Tomatoes is about 72, and it's got an IMDb of 77. But if your Metacritic's that low, a lot of people didn't like it.
Although that Rotten Tomatoes is that much higher.
I know.
But yeah, so it started out a bit afterwards, and then because I presume early. It's either early in the new year or late in winter. The network goes, how many views is this show getting? Does it get more? Oh, does it deserve to get, a full series? And because Constantine started late, it was unable. It obviously hadn't put out enough episodes that they could get the proper figures. So that was just. So they went, okay, well, we're just going to go with 13 for now, and then for maybe 2 months, there's been this sort of thing of what's going to happen to it. Is it going to get a full season? We knew there was only 13 episodes, but it's been very in doubt when everything else is going. Gotham's being renewed, and The Flash is being renewed, and Arrow's still going.
Another season.
Which is all great, but Constantine was left completely in sort of.
And admittedly, all through this, it was getting, I think, the lowest views of all of them.
Yeah, I don't think it's been particularly well.
It's been like coasting around 1.7 to 1.4 million.
It's quite. I think it's a much harder sell.
We're about an eighth of a World of Warcraft.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. I mean, I know Arrow gets about 3 to 4. Is its average?
Problem is that the rest of these shows appeal to a larger audience. You've got Gotham and The Flash, which appeal to just a wider age gap, and you've got Gotham, which, even if you don't look at it as a DC show, it's a good cop drama.
Yeah.
Or it's a pretty good cop drama with Harvey being the real redeeming feature.
And, random comic book references. And then Arrow does well enough.
Arrow sort of opened the path for everything else.
Yeah. So that they've sort of, they've got this weird all-star team-up thing coming now, which I don't really understand how it's going to work, but
should be interesting.
That's another matter entirely. But so yeah, and now Constantine is finished on a very, very strong note.
Amazing cliffhanger.
Yeah, and now, but there's been no mention of what's happening now.
It is neither confirmed as cancelled nor confirmed as renewed.
Yeah, the only thing we have heard is that there is a possibility it will be moving to the Sci-Fi channel under the new name of Hellblazer, which would be great in that it would obviously mean the continuation of the show, but it would also mean quite likely a significant loss of budget, which is
a shame because the supernatural effects, they got really down.
Some of them are really good.
Like, their CGI team is fantastic. The practical effects team that I imagine they have is also doing a pretty damn amazing job.
But yeah, we are now left with Constantine in a very, very iffy place where, as far as I can tell, no one's really sure what's going to happen to it.
And this is like a real shame because unlike Keanu Reeves' amazing outing as Constantine, this one's actually accurate to the source material.
It's well put. It's a great show in and of itself, but yeah, it actually was a fairly true.
It's well written. It's dark. It's scary enough that I consistently am hiding behind pillows and my arm and occasionally my leg to not be scared.
Okay, yeah. So
also, we've both had the experiences where it's left us a little bit jittery late at night.
Yeah, it's not
like the one with Shaw in the murder house.
Oh yeah, it was like I don't really want to go outside my room now.
And I had jitters when what's the horrifying weird backwards elbows thing in the sewers?
Oh yeah, the weird monster, the brute Haruya summoned up.
Something or other.
Something, yeah.
That was scary, especially since I live on the ground floor and everything is pitch black down there usually. But yeah, it's good enough that you actually in Vorchi, you actually feel about the episodes, and the character development's pretty good.
John was great.
John's great.
Zed's
a bit weak. Chaz is a bit weak.
Zed wasn't entirely massive in the comics.
Gary was fantastic for his one episode.
Yeah, the problem is, its peak was its pilot.
Yeah.
Which was 4.28 million.
2.1 in total.
That's in the 18 to 49, I believe. how does that even work? How can it have 4.28 million, but then only 2.1?
I don't know.
Maybe that's only 2.1 in the 18 to 49.
So the main
Yeah,
commercial bracket.
I would assume. And then that stayed about 1.7, went up to 1.9, slipped to 1.6, went up to 1.7, down to 1.4, up to 1.5 very briefly, and then stayed back down at 1.4. So it wasn't getting. I mean, the finale got 3.3
Yeah, it had a step up
on
of,
the whole viewer's description,
0.4 million.
but it was pretty weak overall. In February of 2015, Cerrone, who I assume is, he's one of the series developers, reconfirmed the series has not been cancelled and the producers would pitch their ideas for an additional season to NBC in May. So we've got another 2 months before we even
can
have
possibly
those negotiations.
In the meantime, we've got a nice little thing called John Con Noir, which is a sort of claymation with Matt Ryan's voice, where he is desperately searching for a renewal.
Yeah. It's a very, very weird little thing.
It's odd, and it's slightly depressing that they're having to do it. It's pretty well made, but...
It's interesting to see that.
You're checking arrows.
Yeah, I'd just be interested to see, is there a way I can... Where can I find...
Another part is that I think this one in America is shown on a different channel.
It's on NBC.
NBC. The other two are...
Arrow and Flash on CW.
What is Gotham?
What is Gotham on? Gotham might be on something else as well. I didn't mean to write NBC there, but... Oh, it's on Fox.
Okay, so we've got three of them owning three DC properties. The only one that's really failing is NBC's.
So Gotham rating wise, well, I mean, like, look,
Gotham's getting 2 to 3 times the views.
even at its lowest, it was 5.63, and its total, its total viewers at their lowest at 8.59 million compared to the Constantine's like
7.
Yeah, Constantine's top was
it was 4.2.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So they're really not getting anywhere particularly.
I hope it gets onto Sci-Fi.
I would like it to get onto Sci-Fi. Just
I think it might get more views on Sci-Fi.
Let's see. So I can't. Apparently, there's no way for me. But I mean, Arrow's first season's average viewership was 3.68. Its second was 3.28. The third season, obviously, they do not yet know.
Again, about 3 times more than Constantine.
But see, that's not huge, actually, because
it's not that big. It's about a third of a World of Warcraft.
Constantine viewers, I don't actually understand how.
Don't question it.
This works.
It is in itself an eldritch abomination.
But I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and read it from the viewers' millions, because that total 1849 doesn't seem to mean anything to me. But, it was getting about 3s throughout, so it's not like... I mean, Gotham seems to have done obscenely well then in terms of
sort of the Flash, actually.
Viewership. The Flash does... How are we doing for ratings?
Pretty damn good, as I remember.
Ratings. It's not going to show me anything great. I can tell you the first episode was the CW's most watched and highest rated series premiere since The Vampire Diaries in 2009. Also became CW's second most watched series premiere ever in the 18 to 49 demographic. So the pilot got 6.8 million viewers.
The main thing here is that, much like the desperate Please Read Saga and the Please Read Wicked and Divine, do yourself a favour and watch Constantine. The first 3 episodes were fairly weak, but you hit episode 4, which was a Feast of Friends.
Yeah.
The first one, they started using plots from the original comic series.
Yeah.
And it only goes up. It is amazing. You notice that after that episode, the viewership for Constantine doesn't really drop.
No.
It caught its fan base there. It caught its fan base too late.
Yeah. It took a while to find it. I enjoyed it from the start, but I do distinctly remember it was about...
Those first 3 episodes were relatively crap.
It was probably...
Episode 4, we finished watching it and we were both like, is that the end? Because it was so morbidly depressing.
Yeah.
As an end. I felt hollow for about an hour or 2 afterwards.
Yeah, it was pretty... I mean, it was genius, but it was pretty
fucking
dark. Oh, by the way...
Other key episodes, which the one with the Fallen Angel was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Do you want me to get up the episode list?
Yeah, if you get an episode list up. There's the most recent one, which was horrifyingly great for its cliffhanger.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
I mean, Papa Midnight in episode 3, Devil's Vinyl, was good, but it was just him that was good. The actual plot of that episode was pretty weak.
Yeah, the ones where they hit the Newcastle crew were pretty good.
They were pretty damn made. Richie was...
The Saint of Last Resorts, which was 8 and 9, part 1 and 2, they were pretty good. Yeah, so Blessed Are the Damned was the Fallen Angel one. Quid Pro Quo
was great.
Yeah, that's Chaz's daughter. Whole World Out There, that was Jacob Shaw. That was horrifying. Angels and Ministers of Grace. Yeah, and then Waiting for the Man. So Angels and Ministers of Grace was the one.
Angels and Ministers of Grace wasn't that great as an episode, but it was really good for developing Manny.
Yeah, it was fun to see more about Manny, and then Waiting for the Man it was great, particularly as it had more. It had Jim Corrigan, it had Papa Midnight, it had more Manny, and it also drew on a storyline from the books.
Yep.
So when they really, and then obviously the old ones, but when they actually sort of focused up,
when they applied themselves, they did really good episodes.
Particularly when they did draw from them, and beyond obviously just going, well, these are the characters. They really knew what they were doing.
And like the other DC produced things they're referencing has been incredible.
Yeah.
Most notably, just Dr. Fate's helmet.
Yeah, it's just...
That's appeared once or twice now.
I think it was in the first episode, and I think you see it a couple of times, but he only talks about it when I think it was Lily, or whatever her name was, the first girl.
The one from the pilot.
Yeah, who like lifts it up, he's like, oh, don't
touch that.
Which was pretty cool, but yeah, so this episode generally, using the theme Constantine, is about
horrifying non-renewals.
Yeah, not the developmental hell of renewals that exists, and
Peter Molyneux is the dark overlord of this particular hell.
Yeah, his goddess thing.
I could sidetrack this just by talking about him.
I read this massive interview by Rock Paper Shotgun with him, where it was such a good interview, but he just came off so badly, because it was basically just it got to a point where you just admit that you fucked up.
I still can't hate him though, because he made Good and Evil and Populous, and they're such good.
You mean Black and White?
Yeah, Black and White. Sorry.
I don't hate him. I'm disappointed.
He was on Fable.
Until Fable 3.
Fable 2 was fantastic.
I people have some serious issues with Fable 2.
People hate Fable 2 because you can't die and the plot's fairly cliche.
Yeah, but I thought it was really fun.
And the system is quite simple, but it doesn't matter that it's simple because it's really fun.
Yeah.
And it is challenging in that if you stop doing the pit stuff,
yeah,
it's really difficult to get the high scores.
It's like even if you do revive from being killed,
you've lost so much.
You still are being killed. It's not like you're just walking around with arrows bouncing off.
There's the stupid stuff about 13 doors, speaking door things.
Oh, the speaking doors. They were in every Fable game though.
Yeah, but So they were really good. In fact, do you remember the one down in like the marshes, which required you to like, wear a mullet and bring it a certain type of cheese?
Yeah, and it was the one where you had to like eat the baby chickens in front of it because
Yeah.
that was the best way to get your evil on.
That was a horrifying door. I just did that one by taxing people. I went like sort of mediocre evil in that I just raised taxes on everybody. Wow. And that made me evil enough so kids don't tax because you'll grow horns at your head.
Yeah, Fable 2 was actually still an RPG as well, which is
Yeah.
one with Fable 3. It's like, people find RPGs too hard, so I'm going to make it super stupid. Great, thanks, Pete. But moving on from that tangent.
Just Pete is the god of development hell.
Yeah, we're just talking about renewals and endings because there's a couple of things actually. I mean, aside from Constantine,
We've been watching creepy anime.
yeah, we have found that. I mean, there's a lot of anime. We sort of generally like anime.
Yeah,
And
but
there's a couple
recently
of things.
we've been mining that horrifying gold mine that is
Harem
slightly
anime.
weird harem.
But it's
anime.
specifically, it's got to be
There has to be fighting.
battle harem anime. It's got to be.
I will not allow myself to just watch standard harem.
There is a standard harem, which is the sort of focus of the show. But the point is, there's got to be battle going around that, other than just them like battling for affection. So yeah, we've found for some reason that is our niche, and that started with the superb High School DxD.
I don't know if I can call it superb. I enjoyed it and it's amazing, but I still feel dirty.
You still feel wrong. And then we've watched Mark and Key.
Mark and Key was amazing.
Mark and Key was great. Sekirei was
really good.
Yeah. We're watching Familiar Zero. We didn't watch any others. I think that was it.
We tried to watch Demon King Dynamo.
We tried to watch Demon King Dynamo. Someday I will.
Just watch the first episode of that, and you'll enjoy it for the first 5 minutes, and then it starts going insane, and you wish you were drunk or on drugs or just knocked out because you have no idea what's going on. And you get scared, and there's colours.
You'll still watch that. I mean, we watched 5 episodes just trying
By the
to
fifth
understand.
one, I was just screaming at the screen.
Just want to understand. Help me
It
help you.
It moved too fast. The plot didn't make sense. The writing was weird as hell.
He's very important to me. So yeah, and then I watched Bento on my own, which it's not really harem.
That's nothing. I also managed to get you to watch Kids on the Side.
Kids on the Side, that's great. Which is very, very different sort of thing, but
yeah, it's not a harem. That's natural. That's natural story.
Yeah, So
watch that one if you're going to take anything away from this and you don't want to feel creepy and dirty. Watch Kids on the Slope.
The angle is a bad plan. Yeah, so Kids on the Slope is is an anime if you want to feel serious about yourself.
It's got a really good soundtrack. It's got really good characters.
A lot of jazz if you're into that.
It's got a pretty good ending. If you want the good ending, though, you actually have to just finish off like the last chapter of the manga, which the anime for some reason ignored.
The best ending. It's like there are, when you can your choices lead to certain.
It's like in Drakengard 1, where there's 6 endings and only one was actually good, and the other 3 are evil, and the last 2 are like the world is just destroyed.
Oh, it's like in Mass Effect 3, where all choices are shit.
Not the blue one.
All endings suck.
I enjoyed the blue one.
Yeah, so we in watching these, we've been sort of, aside from anything else related to the specifics of those stories, we've encountered the problem of watching any show that is not, unless you are a Shonen Jump.
Yeah. Japan is really bad at renewing.
Yeah, they suck at it.
They're worse than America.
Because
they don't even care if the TV series is doing well.
Because the anime, it turns out that
anime is there to sell manga.
Yeah, which sort of makes sense, but you sort of assume, okay, but if it's selling on its own merits,
it doesn't matter because the manga sells more.
The manga will sell more for them. So,
or is it manga?
I don't know. There was that thing in
Demon King Dynamo actually expressed this very specifically.
Where it's like manga.
So yeah, it's about selling manga.
Yeah, but if they don't do that, then the shows will not continue because they are not worth the time of the companies, essentially, because they're going, this is merely a way to sell our main product, if you're not selling a main product, then you're not doing your job, essentially.
It's like a TV show based on cereal.
Yeah. Essentially, it's the sort of idea where that TV show has to sell Kellogg's or whatever.
I'm trying to remember, there was one. I can't remember what it is.
Adventures of Snap Crackle
I'll
Pop.
get back to you on that front.
But yeah, so we found this out after
I
you.
like Beyblades.
Beyblades wasn't a cereal.
No, but it was there to sell something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, there was a TV show of that. That was super weird.
I knew about the TV show first.
I know, I was a big blader.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was the king of Bay.
I was just using like cheap imported Chinese ones made out of like carbon steel, so they just broke other plastics. They broke the inferior Western Beyblades.
So you were just the dick.
Well, no, because I mean, if you looked at it from a standard professional Beyblading scene, back in my school, we were essentially all illegal Beybladers.
Shit,
There were people with like metal Beyblades. We had people with the Beyblades, which were like as big as 3 Beyblades tied together.
Oh, I had a messy one where it's like this big red one. It's like the Red Dragon or something. But that was a badass one.
Oh, and then there were the Beyblades that were really low to the ground.
Yeah.
So instead of spinning into the other ones like blades, they just hit it straight in the like legs essentially and break it.
Beyblades were fun.
Beyblades were great. They got banned when some kid like stuck his hand into one.
Yeah. You used to do that thing, didn't you? You like sort of touch the edge.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm hard. Look, I'm so tough. I can get grazed by metal.
I'm such a hard man. But we found this out when it was Sekirei.
Sekirei was the main one.
Yeah, we watched Sekirei, then we watched the second season of Sekirei, which is called Pure Engagement.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and we really enjoyed it. I really liked that series.
Yeah, and it's made me start reading the manga because I wanted to know where the story goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second season isn't entirely accurate, but it's good enough.
But upon, looking into why is Sekirei not getting a third season? I want a third season of Sekirei. Found a very helpful chappie on YouTube.
I can't remember his name, but
I don't even think I looked. But he essentially pointed out that, Anime Z sell manga. And Sekirei's second season, though it worked perfectly well within the context of the show's canon, it
broke the
completely
canon.
butchered the manga's canon. And it got to such a point that a third season they would have had real troubles in that they would have had to restructure the story of the manga because certain events they did. I'm going to hit you, so certain events that happen in this show at a certain time don't happen till much later in the manga because I'm a Westerner. I'm a gaijin dog. And they basically, they messed around with the second story, and so it was not going to sell enough manga because it was doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And the only way that we would have been getting a third season, I think this guy said, was that if we got a reboot.
And they don't like doing reboots for harems.
Because harem series don't sell enough as is. Harem series do fine in that they can make them because they sell enough to be worth being made.
Through, but they're not classics usually.
Yeah, they're not. It's not a sort of
and I mean,
Naruto.
You don't usually talk to other people about them because.
But they're not making high school DxD video games, are they?
They should make a Sekirei video game.
Be pretty cool. They could be a video game.
You've got 108 fight-ready girls and cute boys.
Of like different. They sort of have different.
They all got
things
different
going on.
skill sets.
Yeah.
It's pretty much Street Fighter already.
You just remove some of the weirdness.
I mean, when we're playing Street Fighter,
yeah,
it was like, oh, this is basically.
Did work out we're basically playing some of the Sekireis.
Whatever Basa.
Benisbasa.
Benisubasa.
And then Musabi was sort of one of them.
Makoto.
Yeah.
Makoto was both of these.
But no. Sakura.
Sakura was
Musabi. But it's, so as we know, and I mean, if you're at all into anime, you'll also probably know, things like Shonen Jump. Yeah, Shonen Jump shows.
Go forever in eternal pools of money as it
Yeah.
rains down upon the creator until he drowns in it and becomes reborn as some sort of Dark Souls-esque demon of greed.
So
Keeps writing forever, even after his characters have been perverted beyond their original beliefs.
yeah, essentially, I mean, we're talking Bleach, One
Bleach
Piece,
is a very good example.
and Naruto.
Bleach is
are the three big
Bleach
ones.
is the best example where the anime stopped out of respect and the manga didn't.
Yeah, that's
The anime stopped because the anime thought they were going too far.
kind of like that. That's a pretty good sort of. This is a situation that should not occur. Maybe don't do this.
Aizen got reborn like 5 times. It was worse than Naruto, where like Naruto and Sasuke got touched by like the goddess of creation and gained superpowers
I really
so
don't.
that they could take out Madara, who had absorbed like her son, who's some sort of also god of creation, and it got weird.
I really don't get Naruto. Like, I know a couple of people who love it and are super into it, and they would try to talk to me about it and start talking about like they'll start referring to like their technique names and like the white fox and nine tails, and I'm just then sat there going like, I have no idea what any of what you just said means, and it has not made me want to watch
You
this
could just
show.
watch like a fight compilation on YouTube, and
Also,
that would probably do
You guys tried to show me you played me the video of the
Yeah, we
Sand
showed
Dude
you
versus.
Rock Lee versus Gaara, and you got annoyed that it was basically Dragon Ball Z-esque screaming at each other in exposition.
It was stupid exposition. The fighting itself was pretty good,
Yeah.
but the thing was, it was like half an hour.
Yeah.
That's too long for a fight.
That's one of the shorter ones, believe it or not.
Yeah, because Dragon Ball Z, this was always
Dragon Ball Z is amazing.
I like Dragon Ball Z, but the problem I always had with
There's that eternal trope of Namek being 20 episodes of them screaming in that cell.
and it's just the thing of, it's like the early on in the show when, you know, Goku gets taken out and he goes off and he like learns
Stuff.
He learns stuff.
He learns the Kaioken.
And then they're like, we've got to hold him for 3 days.
Yep.
Till Goku gets back.
And it took literally 3
First of all,
days.
it's like, what? I know you're superpowered, but you're going to fight for 3 days. And it's just, I have a problem with this, is that I don't mind a long, epic battle, but there's a point at which the battle just becomes boring. It's just me sitting there going,
Hobbit 3, Battle of 5 Armies.
oh wait, there's a cool moment, but it's a cool moment in what is otherwise dull.
Basically Hobbit 3.
Yeah. Headbutt Troll.
Headbutt Troll and Billy Connolly, redeeming features of that film. Also, dwarf rallying, pretty good.
Yeah.
Just a bit, I started getting bored.
But you really have a lot of issues with these Shonen Jump shows. But because they, as you pointed out, they basically make enough money.
They don't make enough money, they make more money
Yeah, that
than is necessary.
that Shonen Jump are forever like, keep writing. You keep writing. We will keep paying you as long as you keep writing because we can keep making a show out of this.
Yep.
Whereas
keep selling their Shonen Jump magazine.
the smaller series, which are the ones we like, and our odd little niche
The horrifying little niche
of battle harem, really don't get that. I mean, the one we're watching now, Familiar of Zero.
Familiar of Zero got 4 series.
Has it got 4 now?
It's got 4 series.
Oh yeah, but I've found 3. Oh no, wait, is the 4th one out or is the 4th one coming out?
I have no idea. 4 series exist.
Yeah, but
but then we run into problem 2 of Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Which is because Callum is a filthy gaijin, he watches the dub, and Funimation also don't like to renew things very often.
Okay, so in 2012, it was 4th season was licensed under the name of Familiar of Zero F in North America. So it's supposedly out there.
Yeah, it's out in Japan.
No, it was
Well, it
licensed
should
in
be
North
out in
America.
North America.
So we'll watch the first season in English, 2 and 3 in Japanese, and then hopefully back to English.
Well, it depends on if anybody ever translates it. Because people...
Assuming something on that.
Funimation don't always like to pick up the rights to translate.
Yeah. Which is why is Crunchyroll one of these ones that likes me to pay them.
Yes.
Bastards.
Because 2011, after the first season of Familiar Zero, Funimation were asked, "Would you like to renew your license to this in the West?" And they went, "No.
No thanks.
No thanks." I'm assuming it didn't sell that great over here, or it didn't get very much of a large following.
We can only assume.
But I mean,
it seems fairly likely that it basically just didn't do well enough for them to go, yeah, that sounds great.
so we're just going to watch the next two in Japanese.
Yeah.
Probably the fourth one in Japanese as well.
Yeah, looks like.
But I'm fine with that.
I can deal with subs. It's just
I was
that
raised on subs.
I prefer dubs, particularly as
My parents made the stupid mistake of allowing me to get Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, I remember you saying, and then just
the
like
age of 8 and
watching
regretted.
it over and over.
They didn't get to like get a different video out of the library for 4 weeks.
Jesus.
So enamoured was I with that.
But I like, I mean, particularly Funimation dubs, because you might get the voice of Sayo from Sakurai and Takaru from the Perv Bloodline.
The greatest
He's
voice
just,
actor. He's
he's
like, what is he,
great.
Liam something or other?
Oh, something like that.
Oh god, this guy. Just find the IMDb after that, because I'm fairly certain I've heard him so many places. It's an amazing voice. And he turns up repeatedly in their dubs. There's him, there's the guy that keeps doing like the whiny main character voice, they turn up a lot. And not good enough at analysing voices to get the others.
Mocking English cast behind the voice actors. Good battling Venus. Ian Sinclair.
That's the wrong Ian Sinclair.
Definitely the wrong Ian Sinclair. IMDb. Let's see.
Oh, he's on Dragon Age. The
Dragon Ball Xenoverse as Whis, Space Dandy as
the
Dandy, Salem as Nathaniel, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. Who the fuck is Whis?
I don't know. We also got him in Attack on Titan's English dub.
There's Niall Dork.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
He's the guy with the amazing moustache that dies horribly defending the tower.
Oh yeah. RDG.
I don't know what that is. There's another Dragon Ball Z where he's a Whis.
Real Dudes. The Minuna Chronicles.
Jormungand, which is a pretty good series.
Dragon Age, Dawn of the Seeker, Aquarian Evil. Who's in Dead Man Wonderland?
Oh, cool.
Mark and Key Battle and Venus. So is that the second series?
He's in Steins Gate. No, I think that's just the full title.
Yeah,
Duke Nukem Forever.
Forever.
That's when you know you've made it.
Pantheon Stocking with Gasbelt, Dragon Ball Z Kai, various voices. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as additional voices.
He does a lot of additional voices.
Oh, he was Flint in Borderlands.
Oh.
Rosario to Vampire Capital is Jin. That's the other one he
was.
was.
Jin A. Morioka. Also with the Grand Pervert line.
He's in Baccano. Yeah, various other things. But yeah.
One Piece.
So yeah, essentially there you go. He does a lot of good.
There's a hell of a lot.
Just like voice actors, I suppose.
You can recognise his voice. We could recognise his voice so well that within 2 lines of him appearing in Sekirei, we were like, is that Takaru? We IMDb'd it. It was Takaru.
Oh. Mac and Key 2. Okay, so Mac and Key 1 adapts the first 4 volumes of the manga. The second season features completely original self-contained story arcs.
Fantastic.
So that could be
horrifyingly bad.
Yeah, could be
pretty
interesting.
amazing. One or the other.
Try to find Mac and Key 2 then if it's out.
But back on the very horrifying topic that we've been following, it's really difficult to get
something renewed over here. If you're a Japanese harem anime and you want the dub.
Yeah. They really. Oh, this is just a review. Oh, Mac.
Anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think I've sort of got my. I think we've got the main angst out of.
If we want angst, I could start talking about Teen Titans, but
Well,
We'll
we'll save
reserve
that for its own
horrifying
thing.
outburst when I'm drunk enough, and we've got about 2 hours of me just crying about Tim.
Okay. So we've got Mac and Key 2 available now, so we can watch that at a later date.
Do that during the podcast.
I'm going to watch that now, and you guys can just listen to us watching it.
I mean,
That'll be thrilling, won't it?
wow.
Won't that be fun for people? You've got everything off your little list of notes.
My little list of notes was largely on the stats of Constantine.
If you are a
Especially
listener.
since he spent half of this just checking things on Google.
Yeah, well, I needed to. People need to know. People deserve to know.
You mock my list, but I come in here prepared.
Yeah, and then I had to
I'm
confirm
also the
other
one that's been
things.
drinking, so you're weaker.
Yeah, but I'm also the one who's hungover, so I'm suffering and literally weaker at this moment.
I could throw you out of a window, and there's very little you can do.
Want him into a wall. If I want him through a wall, he'd be through a wall. So I do apologise to any
The
listeners.
6 hardcore fans.
Yeah,
I
those
love
six.
you, each and every one of you.
You're great, but I do apologise. This episode's a bit more of a.
If you ever see me, I know it's difficult since you have no idea what my face looks like. I'll buy you a coffee.
But it'll get pretty weird pretty fast.
Buy you a coffee and won't leave you alone.
I feel this was more of an episode to get certain things out there than just to have the discussions.
We need to actually develop a decent format.
Yeah. But as ever, thank you for watching. If you're watching, well, listening. even.
Please tell us if the recording quality's better.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, then like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on if you're listening on SoundCloud, then similar things with SoundCloud. Let us know if this does sound any better, just in terms of the recording. Because if not, money is gonna have to be spent.
The other alternative, just
You pop off home.
buy me games. People who are listening.
Yeah, buy us mics. If you could just buy me a sound booth, that'd be great.
Also, I'll accept takeaway.
Doesn't really help, but yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you thought, tell us if you agree with us. Just say you hate us. Just any sort of contact would be great at this point. And hopefully we shall be back with
Even
you.
if it's you, Mike, just something.
Just anything.
Say anything.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
That's that.
Yeah, we will see.